Hi, welcome to Simple Desserts. I'm Jenny and I'll be showing you how to make a recipe called chocolate nut bites, a recipe I made up by myself. This recipe consists of only 5 simple ingredients: semi-sweet chocolate, dry roasted peanuts, chopped pecans, frosting, and cinnamon. The first thing we need to do is break up the chocolate into the top part of a double boiler. You can use as much chocolate as you want. Depends on how much you're going to make.
How many are you using?
I'm using 3 bars of Baker's semi-sweet chocolate. We take the chocolate and we set it on top of, we take the pot and set it on top of the boiling water. While that's melting, we're going to take the peanuts and pecans and chop them into a medium bowl. You can go just a little at a time so it doesn't get too full. The nuts can be any size you want, but I'm doing coarse right now.
So how many nuts and pecans do you want?
I'm going to have about half a cup or 3/4 cup of each, an even amount. And then I'll mix them together. And then later we can check back on the chocolate and see how it's doing. Let's mix that together with a spoon, so it's easier. Whenever we mix it in with the chocolate, we don't have to stir even more. Okay, next we're going to go check on the chocolate. Melted, but sometimes it just keeps its shape even though it's kind of liquidier than it seems. Looks like it's kind of doing good, but it needs to melt a little more. We've lined a baking sheet with parchment paper, and now we're going to spray the parchment paper with some nonstick spray just to keep it from really sticking too much. Let's see how the chocolate's doing. It looks pretty melted. Let's stir it a little to help it break up a little more. And then we might wait a little more after this. The chocolate looks ready. It's all nicely evenly melted. So just be careful, it might be hot. So you're going to want some hot pads to take it out. We're going to set it on a hot pad so it doesn't burn the counter. Now we're going to scoop the nuts evenly into the chocolate. Then we'll mix that up a little. Try and get the nuts covered nicely over with chocolate so you don't see bits sticking out. Then we're going to spoon little scoops onto our sprayed parchment paper. It doesn't really matter what it looks like, and if some of you want to make it look nicer, you can spoon it into sprayed miniature cookie cutters to make your little shapes. Once you're all done, we're going to take your tray and put it in the freezer to cool for about 10 to 15 minutes. Find some room in your freezer to set the tray on top and then just let it cool. Alright, let's check on the chocolate nut bites. They look pretty frozen to me. The next thing we're going to do is spread a little bit of frosting on them to give it a little bit of more sweetness. Not too much unless you have a big sweet tooth. The final thing we're going to do is just sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon on top to give it a nice kind of sweet kick. And now we're done.